Hi there, welcome to the show. It's So What TV. Tonight we're gonna go talk about fashion with Angelo and some folks from the Fashion Art Santa Cruz Runway show that's coming up. We're also gonna go up to Candlestick Park with Joe Ferrara and do a little singing, and Greg gets ballsy in Watsonville, so stick around. Stick around. Hi there, welcome back to the show. It's So What TV. Today is September 9th, I think. Is that right, Greg?
8th. It's the 8th, yeah.
I'm getting ahead of myself. It's September 8th. We have a fun show, I think, tonight. It could be not fun, I don't know, but I'm hoping it's going to be fun. We have some good folks from the Santa Cruz Fashion Art Runway show, which I know you've been to. You haven't? Well, you should go this year. Greg Archer's here. We're going to chat with Greg about his book and Anderson Cooper and everything about Greg. It'll all be about him, but first...
There are other guests here? I don't get it.
There are other guests here. Welcome, Tina. Angelo and Rose are here from the Fashion Art Runway show. The Fashion Art Santa Cruz, is that what we're calling it?
Santa Cruz, that's the title.
And Rose, you're the artist coordinator?
I am.
And Tina, you're the designer coordinator. So what's the difference here? We have designers and artists. Are they different? How does this work?
Do you want to go first?
Well, the artists, generally wearable art is something completely different from what we consider normal fashion design.
Right.
Pieces that we would wear out at night or during the day. A wearable art piece may only just be barely wearable and able to make it down the
So it's
runway.
designed specifically for this show rather than the designers are designing a line of clothing, essentially.
And these are one of a kind pieces, sometimes made from odd materials like bed springs, or something equally strange like your grandmother's old pantyhose.
Yes, where's the designers?
They could end up on the runway.
Okay, my grandmother's old pantyhose is strange, but not equally strange as bed springs. Those are very different levels of strange.
And they all fall under the category of wearable art.
Rose, let me ask you this, because I think this is an important question that's on everyone's mind. Why are we doing this? Why are you having a fashion show?
Oh my God, because it's so fabulous.
Is it?
It's so fabulous, it's hip, it's now. Everybody wants to be part of the fashion show.
And Angelo, right?
That's mine.
Angelo, how are you?
Fine.
Thank you for being here. You're the producer of this show. This started out at your gallery?
At the gallery, 5 years ago in the driveway.
Really? Outside?
Outside. And we had an attendance of about 650 to 700 people.
That's nice. I've never had that many people in my driveway.
Pretty phenomenal that we had that many people show up.
Right.
And it was the start of this whole production. And then the second year we went into the Civic Auditorium.
Right.
And started there, and it's been growing ever since.
Right, which is where it is this year, and it's September
24th.
24th,
coming
up
up
at the Civic.
And you can go online to FashionARTsantacruz.com. You can get tickets, and or you can get them at the Civic Auditorium.
Right. It's actually a really fun event. I've been a couple of years. It's a blast.
Did you go when I emceed?
You emceed?
Yeah, 2 years in a row.
No, Tobin and Rose were emceed.
Yeah, I mean, they're great MC. I mean, Rose, you're a great MC, but I'm looking forward to possibly maybe emceeing this year.
You are.
Oh, I am emceeing this year. You heard that here. Yeah. No, actually, you guys are very creative in what you've created with the whole show. But is there anyone that has a design of clothing that I could get? Because you are part of that.
Well, unfortunately, this year we don't have any menswear designers.
What?
Which we tried really hard. One of our designers last year did a few menswear pieces.
I hear you look good in a dress.
But maybe some accessories we could get for you. Yeah, definitely.
So are these local designers?
Yes, actually, all 4 of them are local. A couple of them are returning from last year, and they're all very different.
So who are we talking about?
We have Michelle Ain Couture by Miguel Angel Marte, and he's doing some sort of kind of very classic shaped pieces, but in interesting fabrics like tweeds and faux fur. And we have Jill Alexander, who does plus size designing, and she has these beautiful jersey pieces and wonderful silk dresses.
Jersey like from the state, or?
No, jersey as in jersey fabric.
Okay,
so it has a little bit of stretch to it. It drapes really nicely.
Okay.
And then we have Andrea Grazioso, who is got inspiration from a fishing village in Brazil. So hers are all these cool fishing nets with wonderful, colorful bag accents.
That's fun.
Don't give everything away, please.
And then our last designer is a collaboration between two artists who are doing one-of-a-kind recycled pieces, and they will sell them straight off the runway. And that's from Michelle Stitz and Matt Cole Scott.
The Matt Cole Scott?
The Matt
From
Cole
the Good
Scott.
Times.
He's wearing. He's doing these amazing headpieces with
I
horns
love
and
his
things.
work.
It's going to be fantastic.
He is actually one of my favorite underrated artists of Santa Cruz.
Yeah, he's pretty brilliant. He's pretty brilliant.
He's got some great stuff.
That's so much fun. And I hear Greg's emceeing.
And Greg's emceeing.
Have you
It should be
ever
fun.
seen Greg MC?
Actually,
We'll have a flask of vodka in the back for Greg.
actually,
You're going to
Greg,
need more a flask of vodka for your audience. Okay.
Greg has done this before
So you did it last
on
year?
stage.
2 years in a row.
I must not have been invited that last time.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know what you
Flies.
do here in town. I mean, it's like the biggest social event of the
true.
season. I mean, my God, 600 people at the first one, 1,000 people at this. Chip, I really don't know what you do here.
So the clothing from the designers is for sale at the show, or
A
they
couple of
have-
the designers are participating in our trunk show, which takes place before the show and for the general public after the show. And then a few of the designers are by order only.
Okay.
But yeah, everything
So
can be reproduced.
Who comes to this show?
Pretty much everyone.
Everybody comes.
All the cool people?
We have
Anybody who wears
You've
fashion.
been there.
people. We
Yeah,
have-
that's true. All the cool people and then some. I see your point.
and you have friends that you always bring.
I
so-
do. I bring an entourage.
Cool.
That's not true.
But actually, what's really amazing about this is the fact that it's all ages. I mean, we have kids that want to get on stage and
That's
keep asking, and we may do that eventually,
Right.
but it's really open to all ages. And
Right.
everyone's been having a great time ever since we started.
So you started. You mentioned earlier you started this in the parking lot at the gallery. You have a gallery up on River Street.
Michelangelo
Michelangelo
Gallery
Gallery.
Studios
You've been there a while.
since 1989.
You, I don't know if people at home know this about you. You invented art, essentially.
For myself.
Art School Santa Cruz was your.
Art School Santa Cruz was
back in-
prior to
just after the Renaissance. You started that.
exactly. It was right after the earthquake.
Right after the earthquake.
Because we shut down Santa Cruz Art School.
Right.
And right at the end of the earthquake, and then I.
Wait, you
moved-
shut down the art school at the end of the earthquake? Like it was over, and
It
it's
was
like, okay, let's
over,
close.
And that was it. Yeah.
Right.
As
And
soon as it happened.
Art School Santa Cruz, you had classes in
we
sculpture
had classes.
and painting.
As a matter of fact, Tobin Keller was one of the
I've heard of him.
teachers
Yeah.
there, and as a matter of fact, he's one of the art designers, and we had 12 teachers and
Right.
250 students, adults as well
Right.
as children. And when that shut down, we were a nonprofit organization,
Right.
so the businesses were down, so we couldn't continue doing what we did there. So I moved to River Street,
Right.
because the tannery offered me a place to be because we didn't have a place then.
Right.
And
The tannery when it was the
yes,
tannery.
when it was the tannery.
Right.
Yes.
Because now we say the
Norm
tannery and we
Wesson
think,
was
Yeah.
president, and he
Right.
said, "Why don't
Here,
you try this?"
come
And
on in.
That's how we started.
And so you're still there doing shows every
Yes,
month.
so
you got a new show, and you do the first
Every
Friday.
month
and
we
people-
have different artists. We accept artists from afar and from within.
Is
our
any of it any good?
You've got a good
all-
show up right now.
Yes, it's a very good show. As a matter of fact,
Yeah,
it's
what's
about
the idea of this
Fashion
show?
Art Santa Cruz.
Really? So
Weren't you there Friday?
I was. Yeah, I was. It was a very good show. I had a good time.
You had a good time before you came, also.
Well, we're not going to go into that, but the show is an exhibit of a lot of the work from the
It's
fashion
all
show.
of the work from last year.
From last year, it was all last year.
All of the
and
art
people can
we-
go by the gallery and see that to get a taste.
Yes, to see what's going to happen again.
So the art gallery kind of was the impetus for doing, working with artists that you work with and the
Yes.
two of you work with to create a fashion show. And then it kind of melded with the designer, or how did
Well,
that
the
work?
designer, this is the way it started. There was a woman who was renting a studio, and she was doing fashion design. And she was going to San Francisco all the time. showing pieces and showing her line of work. And I said to her, well, what do you do? And what do you make? And she says, I have these shows all the time. So I said, why don't we do it here? And at that moment, it started right in the driveway.
How fun.
And from that point, we started thinking, Tobin and Rose started talking with us and said, why don't we do wearable art?
Great.
And then Rose became famous.
That's true.
She participated in the show in New Zealand and got in, which is very difficult
how
to
fun.
do. And she can explain more about that, which is really an exciting story.
This was one of the great festivals in New Zealand, or what was?
Actually, it's a worldwide wearable art show that takes place in New Zealand, and I'd sent 2 pieces. One of them was the Spring Bride, which was made out of bed springs.
Oh, okay. Yeah. See, it comes back to the bed.
It does.
Comes
Come back to
comes
bed.
back to bed.
Back to bed.
The mattress.
You know,
We're back to bed.
Bed springs. We're not talking about you. It's you in your one-track line.
Hey,
This is the same thing that happened last time.
It's not true.
Last time he was on the show. This is why I don't want him on the show. Every time he has this one-track line. Ryan, do we have that clip of last time he was on the show about the whole testicle thing?
Oh.
Can we see this?
It is
Can
from
we
the
see that?
Testicle Festival.
Do you have audio?
It is.
Well, it's
Taste.
moist.
It's the young ranchers and farmers Testicle Festival.
It's testicles.
Testicle Festival.
Are you going to eat one?
And you will be able to imbibe in testicles there.
You get to, nosh.
Rocky Mountain oysters.
There will be so many testicles there that we might not even know what to do with them all.
My balls go to Watsonville Cow Testicle Festival Fair. My balls.
I'm kind of like, castration and circumcision. I'm kind of like, I'm upset about both of these things. There's another cow I'm interested in, though.
On me.
Has no testicles. They've taken all the cow testicles.
Strangle his balls.
Back on me.
I'm gonna strangle his testicles.
I'm going back on me.
No.
Somehow, So What TV is now a show about testicles.